Hey, hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. I don't remember. I don't know what that was that I did. Remember? So, if you remembered, I had some issues with my season 6 of Smallville. Well, got a new one. Not only is it new, it's a Blu-ray. I wanted one that was new. It wasn't that expensive actually. It's like $13. I think with tax it was $15 or so around that. So it wasn't too bad. It's a Blu-ray. Uh, Upsides are it looks fantastic in HD. This is the first anything Smallville that I have on that I've seen in HD because I don't remember. I don't remember if I watched when this is on. This was on TNT many moons ago. I don't remember if I guess I don't remember how it looked. Another upside, I have a book that lists the episodes, so I can tell you which episode this is. This is season 6, episode 9, Subterranean. The downside is the menu on these Warner Brothers Blu-rays, TV shows, and some of the catalog titles are usually non-existent. You have a pop-up thing, and you have one. If you hit the menu, it's basically just a special features menu is what it is, which is what I got when I hit the menu button. And then I'm like, well, how do I get to the episodes? So you have to let it play. Then you have to press the other menu button because there's two menu buttons. There's a disc menu and there's a top menu, the pop-up one. You have to put the pop-up one. It'll pop up certain that you have to do. So then you go to episodes because there's only 4 discs in this one, and it started me off with the reunion on disc 2. So I had to find it. But yes, so the episode Subterranean. I found it ironic that I was like, because I knew this wasn't a very good episode. It's not. It's okay at best. The fact that I was like, oh, I can't even watch this one. It's not even a good one. It's not like it would be the episode Justice and it wouldn't play the disc. No, it's this one. So, yeah. We are setting up Justice. There's some setup here. Oh, yes. But why does this feel like a... That's better. So, in this episode, an illegal immigrant named Javier ends up on Clark's farm, and Clark has to figure out what's going on the neighboring McNally farm, a farm owned by someone that they've known their entire lives, but we are just meeting now. So it wasn't just the students at school who are people that they've known for a long time, but we are just seeing for the first time in the episode that they're focused on. No, it's the neighbors as well. But yeah. And in the B plot, Lex is sending Lon to Amsterdam. And also, Jimmy thinks Clark doesn't like him. We're really weird B and C plots, to be honest. But yeah. So we start the episode on the McNally farm, where we see Javier and his friend Francisco. They don't like working there because they're basically slaves, and so they plan to escape that night. But something grabs Francisco and pulls him underneath the ground. Now, it's very obvious what has just happened to him, but Javier takes the entire episode to figure it out. And it's only for them to write it in so that they can have a poorly done climax. So, This episode has always felt to me like it was meant to be earlier in the series, like season 4 or something. Although this is the direct result of the meteor shower from season 4, we find out. But because apparently the meteor shower from the end of season 4 caused damage to McNally's farm. Again, I must reiterate, we have never met this guy before. Apparently, we find out he was infected with the meteor rock, or kryptonite, which Chloe says in the middle of a very busy Daily Planet. But, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it feels off. Like it was a script from an earlier season that they didn't use, and they're going to use it now, and they added stuff, plot lines from this season to kind of, like, if you were to, like, nix out, like, Lex's involvement would work, but take out the whole thing. Like, Lana's barely in this episode anyway, so it's like, if you were to nix that plot with, I don't know, let's say, instead of, because they wouldn't be together back then, but like, and you exchange Jimmy for, I don't know, Pete. I don't think there would be much of a difference. You know, other than Pete wasn't dating Chloe, although he wished he was. I'm starting to notice something with, hold on. Okay, so, this episode, the last episode, the last time we saw Lois was in the episode Rage. I don't think we've seen her in the last 2 episodes. This one and before this. Damn blades. So, yeah, then we get the credits rolling and blah blah blah, and then we go to Luthor Corp. Or to the Lex Mansion, I should say. To Lex's mansion, where he's sending Lana, because they apparently didn't have anything for Lana in this episode. He sent her to Amsterdam, to some museum in Amsterdam, and that's where she is for most of the episode. We see her here, she goes, and she doesn't show up till the end of the episode. They didn't have anything for her, I guess. She still hasn't answered his proposal yet. He said, take your time, take your time. He actually wishes that he could take it back, because, you know, he always thinks things through, but he jumped into that one. Yeah. But, so, Clark happens upon Javier, who's played by a very young Tyler Posey, who I guess is Hispanic. I never thought of that, but I guess he is. You wouldn't think to look at him later when he's Teen Wolf or something. I don't know. He's Mexican-American. Cheech and Chong there. But he says that he and his friend Francisco were trying to run away. Something happened to him. Again, this kid really used his brain. I don't know. I would say this could be from my generation, but no, it'd be like my brother's, my sister's generation. There are 3 siblings, and we're each in different generations, really. Really, especially me and my brother. My sister and I are 5 years apart. My brother and I are 11 years apart. So that's a whole decade and plus 1 year. So, yeah. So Clark goes over to the McNally farm. Under the guise of getting a new pin for the tractor, and he starts talking around. He meets a guy that only speaks Spanish. I don't know why I said it like that. Spanish. And it translates. Javier translated it to say, Big Tree 5. Meet him at the big tree at 5. So he goes there and they basically tell him that something got him, basically. I'm like, big monster! That's what I'm saying. Say it's monster. And Clark does a search and finds there are bodies all over the place. Here's my issue. He immediately calls the cops. Next thing you know, the cops are digging up the place. Did they not ask for proof? Did they not say, hey, Clark, how do you know that there's bodies all over the place up there? That he just, I also like when Martha comes home and the cop, this deputy guy, is like, we gotta make sure that the undocumented immigrant is found, and like he's hiding in some sort of box, but the cop doesn't find him. Then Martha walks in and she's like, "Oh, you're not going anywhere." He's like, I'm gonna go check it out." She's like, "Oh, you're not going anywhere," and I'd be like, "Try to stop me, Mom." Super speed out of there. This is another case of Clark doesn't care. Like, Jonathan would shake his head because he just shows Javier he has powers. And at one point, he super speeds him out of there. Just like, that's later, I guess. So, to keep Javier safe, so he goes over, how he's letting it on. He goes over to the McNally farm where they're harvesting the bodies, like a better term, and in the front of everyone, God and country, the dude burrows into the ground. They're just like, huh, hell of a thing. Like, they're not amazed by it at all. They're just like, Which leads me to think, what would Sheriff Adams say? Well, Mr. Kent, looks like your neighbor's part groundworm. Well, Mr. Kent, like, are they that used to meteor freaks in this town that, right? It was just like a whole. The only thing that was missing was for the deputy to go, hell of a thing. It was just like, so matter of fact, I looked at this thing. Yeah. He's got powers. So, to protect Javier, they take him to Chloe's place above the Talon, and Jimmy is there. I did laugh, but like, we already did it's not really a joke, but earlier, when he showed up, Clark's like, I wish you could understand English, and he starts speaking English, and but Jimmy is like, you should try. You haven't lived in America unless you tried pepperoni pizza. And he's just like, isn't pizza Italian? First of all, if you want Italian, get sausage. It's literally called Italian sausage. I mean, pepperoni is literally the lamest topping to have on a pizza. Why? Because that's literally the topping they use for most movies and TV shows. It's always pepperoni. Except for whatever pizza they use in, it's either that or cheese. But like, there was the Turtle Ginsu and Ninja Turtles, that one had sausage, black olives, and stuff on, peppers and stuff on it. That's like a Supreme or something. But, I point to the scene in Turtles 2. We're like, we got a dinner. Yeah, pizza. Pizza? Pizza! Again. Pepperoni. See? Always pepperoni. Yeah. Something more than pepperoni. Pepperoni's too boring for me, I had a friend. His name is Travis. He's like, oh, get a pizza. Well, he's like, let's get pepperoni. I'm like, just pepperoni? Can we get pepperoni and sausage? Oh, I suppose. He's like, pepperoni is always. I don't mind a pepperoni. I don't mind a slice of pepperoni pizza every once in a while, but it's not my go-to flavor. Everyone pepperoni. Even Big LT is. I get a pepperoni. His style though is what's it? I better get this right. He's gonna kill me. Pepperoni, chicken, bacon, pizza is what it is. He won't watch this, but I think it's pepperoni, chicken, and bacon pizza that he gets, which is fine. pepperoni and sausage. I even tried pepperoni and pineapple, which, yes, does belong on a pizza. Shut up. It was fine. Not as good as Canadian bacon with it. Nothing works. But, yeah. And no, pizza is not Italian. It is an American creation. Just like French fries. French fries does not mean that they're actually French. It's just the style of frying them. Of cutting them, I think of it as French fry. Pizza is an American creation. Even spaghetti isn't completely Italian. Yeah, so when Clark returns, he basically tells him, that it's not, because they're looking for him. And they're also looking for his mom. She works in Granville. Location brought up. We actually visited here, though. But Clark finds out that Lex is involved, so immediately shows up at his apartment, at his mansion. Despite not being invited, he's able to just walk right in. Even Lex says, I said the days of you just walking in here were done. You said that 2 seasons ago, or you said that last season, and he still keeps walking in here. You need a little something. What is that? Oh, yeah. Security! Lex's security team is on point this season, I'm telling you. Now, despite that Lex by this point has pretty much gone full villain, he did not know some things. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think he knew they were illegals. But he just knew that he had some technique, that the meteor power, so he's fully aware of the meteor rock, what the meteor rock can do. By this point, he should be. That the meteor rock gives him ability to spread the seed and help productivity. Yeah. That's what we found out later. He's talking to some doctor guy. But, yeah. And it's at this point that you're wondering, what happened to McNally? Well, he disappears, but he's not a threat. Remember back in the old scripts when the Meteor Freak would actually be a big villain? Well, they're going for more character development stuff in this episode, so yeah. So, Chloe and Jimmy find Javier's mom. And they ask her if they would, if they'd like her to take him to her son. And he says, Jace. She says it like that, dude. Jace! Which is a joke my friends and I do. Jace. 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 She says that. She said, Jace. Yeah. I like how they say yes. But I like how she says yes, I should say. Jace. So, during a point, they say they found his mom, right? He takes off. There is no reason for Javier to run away. There is no reason for him to run away, but he does. So about finding Francisco, or I don't know, there's no reason for him to run away. And he does it twice. He runs off, and Clark finds him. He hops in a back of a truck, and where the hell does Clark find him? Oh, because they were Chloe was monitoring the police radio in Granville, and that's how they were able to find him. So Clark super speeds over there, or he goes out, he gets it. That's where he uses the super speed to get him out of there, because the security guy or whatever wasn't going to let him go. That's never brought up again. And so he super speeds him to his car, and they start driving. Where once he confirms that Francisco is dead, Javier's like, pull the car over. I'm like, don't be stupid. You know what's going to happen. He pulls it over, immediately runs. This is the most forced climax of an episode I've ever seen. He runs to just a farm on the side of the road, which I think is supposed to be McNally's farm. It's not dug up, so I don't think it is, but it's just a random farm. And wouldn't you know it, McNally is there, and he sucks up Clark. I said sucks up Clark. Don't be sick. But Clark beats him up and throws him back out. And that's it. That's the climax. That's it. It's over. He gives him his little necklace thing back. Javier is reunited with his mom. They're going to be happy. And Martha's going to use her political influences to make them legal, I guess. And Lana has returned. And despite being absent from the entire freaking episode, she has put together this whole thing to help document the undocumented workers. She has not been in this episode. How does she even know about this shit? Like, he's like, oh, Alexis is trying to cover his ass, basically is what he said. And she's like, it was my idea. How did you know about this? You were gone. You were in Amsterdam the whole time. By the way, how many days was this taken? She was there. Like, she says she was at the museum and they parted the Red Sea so that she could get in. She realizes that having money is having power and she wants to use that. But for good benefit. But still. I don't know. And, like, I had to keep rewinding sometimes because I keep, like, not paying attention to some things. I look up and she's in Clark's barn and I'm like, why is she there? They don't talk to each other. Why is she there? Which makes me think this was another script and they kept the scene where she's in the barn but changed the dialogue. Like, oh, because those early season episodes had an ending where she was in the barn with him talking. Yes, they did. So let's do that, but we'll just change the dialogue. Keep that there, change the dialogue. I don't know. And then we get the ultimate villain moment. Dun, boom, 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 boom. This is what you thought of, this you can keep. This is what I want you to protect me. I promise to see. Kiss my eyes and lay me to sleep. Ultimate villain song. Someone on YouTube did a video for the Smallville Legion of Doom with those who have been villains on the show put together as like an opening thing with this song, and about the amount of time it's played on screen in this episode, it's about as long as the song is. It's a prelude thing that starts before a song, but I like it. I didn't think it came till like season 7 or something, but because a character who shows up in season 7 is in that intro, so. But they also kept Batista and Kane in there, so. This episode was fine. I'll give it a 2.5 Superman logos out of 5. It's whatever. That's how the episode ends, by the way. They have Jed McNally at 33.1. They officially show us 33.1. It's officially a thing. It's not a rumor anymore. Yeah. And this is where you really see that Lex has gone villain. And if you don't believe that, wait till 2 episodes from now when he's the villain of Justice. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Leave me comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.